Good day everyone, I am Konrad Kapp, and I will be doing this talk on our SIGGRAPH Asia paper, Data-Driven Authoring of Large-Scale Ecosystems. We tackle the well-studied problem of eco-placement in computer graphics, eco-placement being the appropriate plausible placement of plants on a virtual landscape. We focus on relatively large landscapes, around 1 square kilometer to 9 square kilometers. Previous methods tended to rely on approximations of plant growth via simulation. We present the first data-driven methods for placing canopy trees and semi-data-driven methods for placing undergrowth plants. We also improve on previous work with our fast computation times, allowing interactive editing, and we couple this with intuitive authoring tools. Our system is divided into 4 components. These components roughly correspond to the 3 layers that we divide the ecosystem into. The first component, a trained conditional generative adversarial network, or CGAN, produces 2-dimensional grids of data that indicate on each point of the landscape what a canopy tree's height should be if placed there. The second component produces actual instances of canopy trees based on the output of the first component. We will now give more details on the first component of our pipeline. The purpose of this component is to generate a CHM based on a user-supplied sketch and an input landscape. This user sketch in our particular system can be painted in 3 colors. One color to indicate dense forest in dark red, another color to indicate sparser tree growth in a lighter shade of red, or white for no tree growth. The dark and lighter red colors can be observed in the user sketch example on the left. This component, which must generate a CHM from a user sketch, consists, in fact, of 2 trained CGANs. We now describe the canopy placement component in more detail. This part of the system produces exact tree locations, along with other attributes such as height and species, based on the CHM and the abiotic conditions. Abiotic conditions, in our case, refer to factors we assume to be vital for plant survival. That is, sunlight, soil moisture, slope, and temperature. Our canopy placement algorithm works as follows. First, from the canopy height model we obtained, we identify local maxima. Then, we place initial trees on these local maxima. This is in line with how some existing algorithms extract canopy tree locations from canopy height models. Then, we proceed in iterations. First, we do a top-down rendering of all existing trees using OpenGL. Each tree is represented as a sphere with its own unique color. The diagram on the left is a simplified version of the texture that results from this rendering. The next step is to compute the center of mass for each tree. In other words, computing the average of each tree's visible pixels. We then move each canopy tree towards its visible center. This has the effect of efficiently spacing out canopy trees so that they cover larger areas of the CHM without needing to sample new trees at first. It also expresses our assumption that most canopy trees prefer sunlight over shade. The next step is to sample new canopy trees from existing ones on uncovered parts of the CHM. The final step in each iteration is to do another top-down rendering, then remove trees that do not have sufficient visible pixels. This once again expresses the idea that canopy trees prefer sunlight and also helps to keep a balance on the number of trees in the ecosystem. Finally, for the first and second parts of the pipeline, we will show some validation examples. We will show outputs from our system with aerial photos of Sonoma County over more or less the same region that our dataset is based on. In the first example, which compares an aerial photo of a dense forest to a dense forest output from our system, we can clearly see a number of similarities. Firstly, similar to the aerial photo, our system also shows clearings in the forest canopy of various shapes and sizes. The canopy itself also looks overall similar to the aerial photo, which indicates that trees are spaced reasonably apart by the canopy placement algorithm. In the second example, we show a region that is more sparsely populated by vegetation. Here, we can clearly see in the aerial photo that plant growth is favored on one side of the hills, and we obtain similar patterns from our system. Thank you for your time. We hope that you enjoyed this presentation and that it was informative and inspiring.